Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Star and Tarot, and welcome back to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be spilling the tea on you. So we're basically going to take a look at what tea's being sort of spilled on you, what gossip is going on about you at the moment. This can be positive or negative. So go into this with no expectations, anything can come through, and don't take anything personally. So before we get started with your pile selection, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Keen. So this is how my best friend almost ruined my relationship. It started with a missed call from Emily on my boyfriend Kyle's phone at a weird time. Then I saw a missed call from Kyle on Emily's phone as well. I wondered why they'd call each other while I'm at work. My heart raced. I trust them, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I felt uneasy about Emily before. A year ago, I noticed how she and Kyle seemed to click, sharing jokes and glances that made me uncomfortable. Once I even caught Emily smiling at a message from Kyle, and when I asked him about it, he said it was private. I just dismissed it as paranoia due to my trust issues, but the doubt lingered. The new incident made my old suspicions resurface. Kyle became more secretive, always on his phone, which was unusual for him, and Emily started cancelling plans last minute, which wasn't like her. Everything seemed off, and my anxiety grew. I confronted Kyle about the call, but he brushed it off as a mistake. But when I asked Emily, she said she didn't even remember calling at all. Their vague answers made me even more anxious. I needed to know the truth, so that's when I decided to consult with a tarot reader from Keen. I browsed Keen's website, searching for the right psychic for my situation. I found one specializing in relationship readings with great reviews. But it was her energy that caught my attention, so I decided to consult with her, hoping she could reveal the truth. I explained my fears and asked for clarity. As she began typing, I just felt a gnawing anxiety, fearing the truth I might hear. She told me the cards speak of betrayal, and my stomach dropped. Then she added, but they also speak of celebration, a union of hearts. Confused and frustrated, I asked, what does that mean? Her vagueness felt like torture. The truth lies in what you choose to see. The betrayal may not be what you think. Sometimes the heart sees what it fears, not what is real, she responded. I left the chat more confused than ever. Over the next few days, her words echoed in my mind, turning every interaction with Kyle and Emily into something sinister. The final straw came when I saw Kyle and Emily together at a coffee shop, speaking in hushed tones. They didn't see me, but I saw enough to confirm the worst. I left in tears. Back home, I felt broken. How could they betray me? But as I paced around, the tarot reader's words returned to me. Celebration? Union of hearts? Could there be another explanation? The next day, I decided to confront them. I know something's going on, I blurted out. Just tell me the truth. Kyle and Emily exchanged a glance, then smiled. We were going to tell you tonight, Emily said softly. Tell me what? I demanded. Kyle pulled out a small velvet box. We've been planning a special anniversary surprise for you. Our 3-year anniversary is next month. Emily helped me because you trust her taste more than mine. My mind reeled as everything fell into place. The strange calls, the secret meetings, the cryptic conversations. It was all for me. I felt a flood of relief and guilt. The tarot reader's words made sense now. The betrayal was actually my own mistrust, twisted by my fears. I hugged them both, tears streaming down my face as the weight of doubt lifted. They've been planning something beautiful for me, not against me. So I realized that sometimes trust means choosing to see love, even when fear blinds you. I hope you enjoyed that little nugget of my personal life, and if you've had thoughts about something you need clarity on, Keen connects you with talented psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can get a reading whenever it suits you. Just create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. Each reader has unique gifts and specialties, so whether you need insights on love, career, or life in general, they can provide deeper understanding and guidance. Choose whichever reader best suits you, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. It's always best to get a personal psychic reading if you'd like more accurate information on your situation, because it is directed only to your energies. Now, here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 5 minutes for only $1. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to receive a discount on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this partnership opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your pile selection, take a look into all 3 piles we have here and see which one you are most drawn to. So for pile number 1, we have the rose quartz heart. For pile number 2, we have amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have the shell. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you're most drawn to, like I said before. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this rose quartz heart and this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at, well, we're going to be spilling the tea on you. We're going to be looking at all the gossip on you. So your card is the Knight of Pentacles. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Can we please spill the tea on them? What is the tea that's kind of like being spread around about them? So we have the Queen of Wands reverse, the Star. We have the Hanged Man. And we have Temperance. So there's something about healing from insecurities, healing from self-doubt with Queen of Wands reverse and the Star. Maybe you used to be very doubtful of yourself. Maybe you used to make yourself very small. Maybe you didn't you were always very humble, but too humble. Maybe you didn't really take credit where it was due, or you didn't really want to show up as somebody that bragged too much or was too egotistical. You just kind of remained humble, yet at the same time maybe had some insecurities or doubts within yourself that held you back from living the life you truly desired, from becoming the most empowered version of yourself, from shining bright, and from going towards the things that really excite you, and even your goals. So I feel like you've healed something regarding this. I'm actually feeling a wound within the sacral chakra / root chakra, in the middle. I'm feeling a pain there. So I feel like you've had wounding around safety, security within your body, but also around sexuality, around, the way you view yourself, your body, your confidence. Maybe these were wounds other people put onto you, or maybe for some of you it was sort of just due to your circumstances or sort of self-inflicted. But I don't mean self-inflicted as in you wanted that for yourself, but maybe you just had a lot of insecurities that were kind of holding you back. Even with the Empress reverse at the back of the deck, that's what I'm getting. So the tea on you right now that's being spilled is that you've healed this, that you now see yourself in such a different light, that you're no longer very meek or to your making yourself small. You're no longer doubting yourself. You seem much more confident in yourself. And even if you're not fully there yet, you are making progress. And people can see over time like how you've changed, how you've transformed your perception of self by the way you carry yourself, by the way you speak about yourself, by the way you go after your goals. Because now it seems like there's not many things holding you back. It's like you're just going after your goals, you're being consistent, you're maybe working on yourself. Maybe some of you have experienced a glow up and people are talking about all these things. How well pile number one is doing. Like, do you remember when pile one was so insecure that they couldn't even put themselves out there on a date, but now they're just doing it? It's kind of like that type of energy. Or do you remember when pile one was like so doubtful of themselves, they wouldn't just post a picture because they didn't know if it was pretty or not, and now they just post it without asking anybody, is this picture nice? It's like that type of energy. I'm just using that as an example, but it's kind of like people are talking about you and comparing how you acted in the past versus how you act now, and how much you've grown and how much you sort of just seem to love yourself now, how empowered you seem now. But it also seems like you're being consistent towards your goals. So like I said, maybe some of you are going to the gym. Maybe you're focusing on you. You're focusing on glowing up. Maybe you're focusing on your dreams, your aspirations and hopes. Bringing that into reality. Maybe in the past you were too scared to put yourself out there and go after that, but now you're not. Something has definitely changed over time. It may have taken a long time to heal this with the Hangman, but you did it. And you're slowly improving. And remember, you might not see the progress you make because it feels like a slow progress with the Temperance card, with whatever healing work you've done on yourself, but people see the difference. It kind of reminds me of when you get fit and you go on like a weight loss journey, and maybe you look in the mirror and you don't notice changes to your body yet, but other people do. It's kind of like that same energy and picking up on that people are talking about this mainly. So next we have the Two of Cups. So people could be talking about your relationships, especially romantic connections if you are in any. People could be talking about you in a sense of like, oh, I'm crushing on pile number one, which makes sense because I was drawn to the heart for you. Maybe people talk about the way you give love, how you're such a loving person, how you're such a romantic person. Maybe people even talk about exes you've had that you've had to heal from. Or like relationships you've healed from, or ex-friends. It doesn't just have to be romantic. People could also speak about like your friendships and your close relationships. Then we have the Emperor in the reverse. Some of you could have had a man or a person in your life that was very controlling over you. Some of you could have had a very strict father figure that didn't allow you to be free and do what you wanted. Some of you had a controlling boyfriend where it's like you weren't allowed to wear this or do this. I'm seeing an element of feeling controlled in some way. What is the T going around on pile one? Three of Wands. What is the T going around on pile one? The Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So maybe you broke free from this person. Maybe it took you a while. Like for maybe some of you, maybe you had a controlling husband and you relied on this person financially, but now you saved up money, you planned your escape. Something along those lines is coming through that people are talking about. And if you were relying on someone financially, maybe now you're more independent and you make your own money. Maybe it's taken you a really long time to get to this place of independence, but I see something along those lines. I see people also talking about your looks and how appealing your looks are to them. I see people talking about how you went through this very difficult situation, but you got out of it, and now you're moving forward and just focusing on your future. Yes, you have healed from the past, but you're not solely focused on the past. You're not just stuck in that, if that makes sense emotionally. You're focusing on what's next. You're focusing on improvements. You're focusing on bigger and better, and not just like the things that happened in the past that didn't go the way we wanted. Maybe some of you have been through traumatic connections and you've healed that and you've released that from your heart. But now you're moving forward, focusing on bigger and better. That's what I'm getting from your pile. If you have recently traveled anywhere, people could be talking about that, spilling the tea on that. Like, oh, did you see pile number one went to the Maldives? Like, oh, the pictures there look so pretty. I wish I could go there. Something about travel or being at the beach, like in this image. For some of you, there's something about people talking about your photos or images online and showing other people, but more so praising you and being like, oh, this person's so beautiful or so handsome. Like, that's the vibe it's giving me. But I'm also getting people could be talking based off your social media. Like, let's say you used to post a certain relationship you were in, and now you no longer post that person. People you don't even know could be talking about that, like, oh, this person used to post this person and now I don't see them posting them anymore. I see they deleted all the photos with this person. I wonder what happened. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through. People could be just kind of like spreading the details of what happened or asking what happened. When it comes to like people you've broken up with or friendship breakups, things like that. Like, they want the drama, they want the tea, they want to know what happened, the nitty-gritty details. So that's what I see with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords. People are speaking about you and spilling the tea on you and saying that your story is inspiring. You've been through hardships in life, but you haven't let that break you down. You're focused on the future. People are like really praising you from afar most of the time, saying like, whoa, this person reached this goal. Like, whoa, that's so cool. You know, it took them a really long time to get there, and they were dedicated to that goal, even though it took time. But it's not like they're speaking about it in a negative way of like, oh, it took so long for them to get there, but it's more like, oh, they were so consistent and dedicated towards that goal, even if it took time. That's the energy I feel here in how people are speaking about you. There may have been someone in your life or someone here, this one resonate with everybody, that always needed your help, always relied on you, and you chose not to help them in this case because maybe you didn't have the resources to help them, the time, the energy. Maybe you were just focused on fixing your own problems within your own life, that you just didn't have the capacity to be there for them or support them. And it almost feels like this person is running their mouth about you, being like, how could this person do this? Like, I thought they were my friend. I thought they would help me. They're so greedy. They're so selfish, like something like that. Like, maybe somebody asked you to borrow money, and you couldn't. Maybe you didn't have the money to borrow them. And now they're going to, and telling people like, oh, they're not a real friend, blah, 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 blah. So that is what I'm seeing. I also see an energy here where it's like you have become more selfish in a way, but in a good way, where it's like you're not just giving your energy to everybody. You've become more selective about who you spend your time with after being hurt, after having to go through a whole healing journey. You're more discerning of who you let into your life. You've just become more aware of like the characters people hold and the masks people hold and their true self, and becoming more aware of how to detect red flags, things like that. So it's like you've become more protective of yourself, more selective, and that's what people are saying. I don't think they're saying it in my specific words, but that's the energy I'm seeing. There could also be certain people you started at the same level with that are now complaining about you being further ahead than them. There could also be people from your past spilling tea on you and talking about you. This would be people you don't even talk to anymore or think about anymore. This could be people you went to school with, college with, people you knew 10 years ago that you don't even think about that are still speaking about you. That's the vibe it's giving me. Like, it's like they keep talking about you as if like the whole world revolves around you in some way. Um, I'm not trying to be mean by saying that, but I mean like all they do is talk about you, which is a little bit obsessive. I won't lie, but I'm seeing it. So the people that could be spilling tea on you, I'm going to mention some zodiac signs. So this could be your sign or also other people's signs. So I am seeing Aquarius firstly, quite prominently. I am seeing Aries energy. Maybe fire sign energy too, but mostly Aries energy. I am seeing Taurus, Gemini, and I am seeing Leo energy or fifth house energy, someone that has a lot of fifth house placements. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards, see what else we get here. So if the video quality there was a little bit dark, I just opened my curtains a little bit more to let in some natural light because it is the afternoon as I'm recording, and sometimes it gets a little bit darker during this time. But anyways, let's shuffle your cards. People could also be speaking about your finances, the state of your finances, how independent you are. Co-workers could also be speaking about you. Okay, spirit guides are pile number 1. What is the tea that is being spilt on them? What tea is going around about them? We have opening heart in the reverse with deep connections, water blessings. So there is someone complaining about you, speaking and gossiping negatively about you, like you didn't open up your heart to them, or maybe even saying that you're closed off or cold, or like you shut off your heart to them and they don't know why. But the truth is they do know why. There's probably a reason. You've probably already spoken to them about it. But it feels like they're only showing their side of the story, where it's up for interpretation. So we have clairvoyance, inspiration, interpretation, trust, and bright heart light in the reverse with open connections. Some of you, there are certain rumors circulating that you're in an open relationship, whether that's true or not. That is something I see with open connections. I just heard like open relationship. For some of you, people are, well, there's a person saying that you sort of like closed off your heart to them. It's one person I'm picking up on. And this person was someone you always gave to in the past, where they were very grateful for you in their life. But this is someone that always had drama around them or always was going through problems, and you were always the one fixing those problems for them. I see that they're only telling their side of the story, like, oh, you didn't help me. You always used to help me and now you don't. You always used to have compassion towards me and now you don't. It's like they're sort of having a pity party. But what they're not telling people is how time and time again, you've always been there to pick up the pieces for them. You've always been there to fix things for them, listen to their problems, give them advice, help them with money. They're not talking about the times you've helped them before. They're only talking about those one time you didn't listen to them, where you didn't understand them, where you didn't help them. So this energy is showing up very prominently, which tells me that this person's talking about you a lot. And with clairvoyance, you may have this gut feeling that somebody's talking mad shit about you, sorry for my language, about something, and your intuition is correct. Maybe some of you even dreamt something or just had like a gut feeling, or maybe you got like some kind of gut feeling around this person or a sign or something like that. But with the word inspiration here, people are definitely talking about you as an inspiring person. They're talking about you as somebody, to be like somebody they can trust. I will be honest, sometimes you're misunderstood by people, and when they talk about you, they speak about you from their own perception, where it's not really the true you, and then a different idea is had of you than is really you. I hope I'm making sense, but that's what I see. People sort of interpret your personality in different ways, and they're not always correct. that when they speak about you, but it's not malicious. Say, for example, I'm just going to give a silly example. Let's say I, for example, am always late, and people say to other people, oh, this person is really flighty. But I'm not really flighty. Maybe I just have a lot going on. That's a silly, stupid example, but it's kind of like they interpreted a different way, but maybe I was going to apologize to them that day and tell them I'm sorry I was late. I had to be at work and they wouldn't let me go home. You know, something like that is coming through where it's like you do something and they interpret it in a different way than it actually is. And then they assume and then they talk about you like that. But it's not malicious. Does that make sense? So my example was kind of stupid. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, like I feel like there's something about that coming through where it's like people are misinterpreting you and saying you're a certain way, but you're not. Because they're misinterpreting you or your words or like how you come across to them. Like, let's say you come across a certain way and they're like, oh, pal number one is like this. But then you're not really like that. You just come across that way to them. It's kind of giving me that vibe. Some people may have said pray for pile number one when you were going through certain things. And there may have been people that spoke about you from a place of gratitude for how you helped them or how you sort of were there for them or how you understood them, how you gave them advice, something like that is coming through. So I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number one. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this amethyst crystal and this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at, well, we're basically going to be spilling the tea on you. I'm going to be telling you all the gossip on you, like what people are saying about you. So your card is the Devil. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find my email address in the description box below. So with the Devil card showing up first, I'm getting that some people could speak about you in more of a negative light because of jealousy or because of anger, or it's sort of like a drama type of energy. But I'm also getting obsession from the Devil. So whoever these people are, it could be like they're so obsessed with you. This came up in pile one if you were drawn. It's like they're so obsessed with you that they just can't stop speaking about you. And you're all they're speaking about. Okay? The Devil can also talk about people speaking about your sex life or the pleasures in life, or how can I say, like, Spirit is showing me, like, let's say when you were younger, your college years, your party years, like stuff like that is coming through. People are talking about you in a way of like you're always looking for pleasure. You're like a pleasure-seeking person with the Devil, right? Or people could talk about you in a way of like your looks and saying you're so sexy and saying you really tempt them, or you're really alluring or really seductive. That's what I see with the Devil. But there could also be certain people bad-mouthing you with this card. With the Magician, there could also be people making stuff up about you that it's not true. Okay, so the Magician makes me think of that since we're doing a gossip reading, like making things up that are not true, rumors, things like that. What are those rumors, Spirit? Show me clairvoyantly. I see something about substances, like for example, I'm seeing smoking weed. So, you know, there could be rumors about you going around that you took a certain substance, or you did something like at a party, or you slept with a certain person. It's giving me like that type of vibe where it's like, it's almost like somebody wants the other person to perceive them as interesting. And they don't really know what to talk about with the Four of Cups. They perceive themselves as kind of boring, that they're making stuff up about you that seems to have like a shock factor to it. It almost seems like something that seems more negative with a shock factor to it. So the person would go, like that kind of energy is coming through because this person feels so boring. I'm not saying they're boring, but they feel like they bore people with their normal conversation. So then they feel like they have to gossip to seem more interesting. Whoever this person or people are, that's the energy I'm picking up on. What are these rumors about, Spirit? Show me. Something related to beauty. So, for example, Spirit is showing me someone pluck their eyebrows. So that's not really a bad rumor, but like, let's say you have really nice eyebrows and someone's like complimenting your eyebrows behind your back, and the other person's like, no, she plucks them. They're not even natural. Like, it's more that type of energy, or like, oh, she got this procedure done, or, she's not natural. Like, it's something about beauty, but, it's almost like they're trying to downplay your beauty to make themselves look better, but it's actually making them look really shady. Because the other people are looking at them with the side eye is what I'm seeing clairvoyantly. I'm seeing a group of people talk at like a party. So this is where the gossip goes down at like parties, events, things like that, where people are a little bit drunk, where people are not really in their right mind, and they're just like loose-lipped, if that makes sense, and saying things they may regret the next morning. And I see someone speaking about you like that, where it's like, I'm almost downplaying your successes or your beauty, or talking about you in a way where I'm trying to get people to not like you, and then those people are looking at me with a side eye. But I think that those people are finding me funny or fun. It's kind of giving me that vibe. What else are these rumors about, Spirit? More so related to beauty, because now I'm seeing someone like get their toenails done. So imagine somebody compliments your toenails, your pedicure, and the other person's like, oh, you should have seen her toenails before she got them done. It's giving me that pick me kind of vibe of like, I'm trying to make myself look better by trying to put you down behind your back. So you have certain people doing that, to one person doing that. With the Seven of Pentacles reversed, for some of you, people could be speaking about your job. Maybe even co-workers speaking about you with the Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, or the quality of your work or something like that. For some of you, it's like maybe you lost a job and you're trying to find a new job with the Magician, or maybe you left your job and you went to a new job. It's giving me that type of vibe where it's like, maybe I'm unsatisfied at one place and then I go to the next place. So people could be speaking about that. That won't resonate with everybody, but I'm seeing that. People could be speaking about scenarios and circumstances around where you were not feeling fully satisfied in a specific situation, relationship, whatever it is, and you left that situation to go to something new and better. Does that make sense? So that's something I see. People are talking about you taking a risk or taking some kind of huge leap of faith that may have not looked like it would pay off in the moment because it was like a huge risk, but it did. Some people were even saying that it wasn't going to pay off or laughing at you. Sorry, pal, too. I don't want to give these messages, but it's coming through. But you succeeded in the end, and you proved them wrong, and now they're eating their words. It's giving me that vibe. So something about like people underestimating you, saying, this is not going to work out, that's not a good idea, blah, 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 blah. But then it actually works out. Something like that's coming through. It doesn't have to do with career, but it can do with a relationship. Like, let's say someone gossiped about your relationship and said, oh, I don't think they're going to last, but now you've lasted 10 years strong. It's something like that. So we have the Queen of Cups. So when people, whoever this is, I don't feel like it's a group of people. I feel like it's a few people that I'm picking up on energetically with malicious intentions towards you. I'm seeing a snake in my mind's eye, so these people could be like snakes. But the people reacting to the gossip or listening to the gossip are in the energy of the Queen of Cups, having empathy towards you and compassion towards you, but also looking at this person like, why are you telling me this? Like, what does this have to do with me? It's like people are feeling bad and empathetic for you and feeling compassionate for you because they can tell that this person is being shady, malicious, stirring the pot, trying to cause drama. The King of Pentacles is showing up next. So people could talk about how you make your money, since the Magician is opposite the King of Pentacles, how your spouse makes their money if you're married. Something about money is coming through, how much money that you have, like how much money they think you have, your belongings. Like, let's say you bought a new car or a new house, or let's say you got a new job, something new that you've done that people are talking about. The Lovers, people could be speaking about your relationship. Uh, but this could just also be like friendships, things like that. It doesn't just have to be romantic, but someone could have literally said your relationship's not going to work out and now you're still together. Or, I don't think they're good for each other, but now you're still together. It's like you're proving people wrong. Okay, we have the King of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords. So what I will say about these rumors being spread, the truth will come out and the lies will be revealed. And it's going to make whoever this is that's spreading rumors about you look stupid. It's going to make them look untrustworthy to others. And people could already see that they're being shady. I'm also getting that you're proving people wrong with whatever they said wasn't going to work out. You're proving people wrong, and people are talking about that. People are talking about your leadership qualities. So maybe you are like a manager or a leader of some kind, or you lead by example. It doesn't have to be in my exact wording, but something about leadership energy showing through, and also your strength and resilience. Some people may have said you and your partner or you and your friend are always fighting and bickering, that this is just like a superficial relationship, that it's not going to last, but then it's actually stayed strong and it's actually lasted. So something about that's coming through quite strongly. It keeps coming up. Something about like someone saying something that was not true about your relationship or your work, and then you sort of proving people wrong without even knowing that rumor was being spread. People could also speak about your next plans, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. Some people could speak about it in a light of like, oh, she said she's going to accomplish this, or he said he's going to accomplish this. I don't think it's going to happen. But then it actually does happen, whereas some people could speak about it like, oh, pile number 2 so ambitious, they have so many hopes and dreams, and they really go after it, and they really inspire me. So I guess there's different reactions there, but at the end of the day, you still prove people wrong. There has been something in your life that was very challenging, where it didn't look like it was going to pay off, but then it paid off. Something in the circumstance changed from challenging to empowering. So something about that changed, and then people are looking at that situation where you were once challenged by it, but now you're feeling empowered in it and it's going better. Something about the finances improving, or little improvements you've made to like your life, if that makes sense. But I also feel like with the Ace of Swords, some people could be telling truths about you, but then some people could be telling lies about you. And then with the people that hear the truth and the lie, they're more so able to differentiate between the rumors and what's actually true. So I hope that makes sense. Like let's say person A gossips to person B, right? And they say pile 1 is a liar. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just giving an example. And then person C talks to person B and says pile number 2 is so truthful. You know, there's something about that where it's like, okay, now I'm able to differentiate between which one was like an actual lie and rumor and which one was the truth. Where it's like the same person is hearing opposite sides of the gossip, and one side is true, one side is not. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm seeing. So, the zodiac signs that could be gossiping about you, or the people that could be gossiping about you, this could be your sign or theirs. There is prominent Gemini, Libra energy here, Scorpio. Yeah, Gemini showing up strongly because it's showing up with the Magician and the Lovers. Virgo. There is also Sagittarius energy showing up. And I'm hearing the word karma. So whoever speaks about you negatively and spreads rumors about you, they get karma. Where perhaps even other people speak about them, that's their karma, and then they get a bad reputation. Or another type of karma. I'm hearing bad bee in my mind, so someone could have called you a bad bee. So who are the people gossiping about pile 2, spilling the tea on pile 2, Spirit? There is someone that's always watching you, but never clapping for you, never this is someone that is almost like an energy vampire or monitoring spirit. Let's say you post a story on Instagram, but they're never liking your stories, never liking your posts, but always watching. That's the vibe I'm getting from this person. They never come up to you and congratulate you for your successes, but they're always there when something bad happens to you. You know, it's giving me that type of vibe. I keep saying it's giving me that type of vibe and it's annoying me. Maybe this person is someone that does things that are kind of annoying. I'm also hearing the phrase airing out your dirty laundry. So this person could have been telling people secrets of yours and telling things about you that you wouldn't want other people to know. So this is someone you could have opened up to and told your secrets to. This is someone physically on the slimmer side. Maybe a little bit taller and slimmer for some of you, not all. And this person acts like they just want to help, but there's more malicious intentions. So, like, let's say something happens to you that's bad. It's like they're the first one that wants to help, but they're only wanting to hear the tea so that they can go tell other people, oh, look what happened to part 2, you know, and laugh about it. Very shady energy. I feel like I'm just picking up on like one or a few people and not like a whole group of people. Because this feels very specific. It feels like the same person's energy the whole time, or similar people's energy the whole time, of like a few people or one person. So spirit guides of pile 2, what is the tea on them? What tea on them is going around right now? So we have telepathy reversed. We have river of blessings with releasing constraints. And we have hostilities with conflict and unrest. So this is someone that has hidden animosity towards you, has like a hidden sense of like anger and jealousy towards you. For some of you, this could be a mother figure. I felt that before, but then I didn't say anything, and now the mother is popping out. For others of you, this could be, again, just somebody that has like a hidden jealousy towards you, is like a secret hater, but acts like they want to be your friend and help. Because I was seeing the fairy godmother, so they sort of act like this helpful person, but they're not. There's malicious intentions. And this person is very passive aggressive with hostilities reversed. It's like they throw shots at you without saying it with their chest. You know, that type of person that is like passive aggressive, but doesn't say it to your face, talks behind your back about like how they truly feel, but doesn't have the courage to say it to your face. This person is a coward. And people can see that. With telepathy reversed, it's like people can see this person's true intentions without them even saying it. It's how they say it that comes across as shady to other people. People also are noticing that you are receiving a lot of blessings after experiencing a lot of constraints or restrictions where blessings were supposed to be. And the people that were once laughing about it are now swallowing the words and are now talking about the blessings you're receiving. So that could be, let's say you just got into a new relationship and you've been single for a really long time, or you just got a new job, like something like that's coming through, something about some kind of new blessing you've just received. So this is what I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this shell and this card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the gossip on you. We're going to be spilling the tea on you, on what people are talking about. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please find my email address in the description box below. So with the Tower card being your first card that showed up, I will be honest, the gossip is a little bit more negative in nature. So what I'm seeing here is like maybe you went through something quite recently that was almost unexpected, but felt like a tower moment, it almost felt like things were falling apart for you in one or more areas of life, and people are talking about it in more negative ways. There could also be some people that have been preying on your downfall behind your back, saying this is going to happen to them, blah, 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 like almost speaking negativity on your name. So be careful about who you tell your plans to, because I see a lot of envy and evil eye here, which is normal with these types of readings. The Hermit. We have Two of Pentacles reversed. We have the Three of Cups. This could be fake friends for some of you, or people you used to be friends with but are no longer in contact with, because the Eight of Swords, Three of Cups makes me think that you used to be friends with these people, or you used to spend a lot of time around them, but now you don't see them anymore, or you've kept your distance from them, or you're not hanging out with them as much as you used to. With the Hermit here, maybe some of you have cut these friends off and are kind of like alone for now, looking for new friends, or just getting comfortable being alone until new friends come into your life, because these seemed like very fake friends that didn't truly have your back, or friends that weren't really loyal to you. So whoever this is like fake friends, a group of them speaking about you. So this feels like a very malicious energy, like pile number 2, but different. To me, it sort of feels like, you know, when you do something, let me just give some examples. So let's say you have a fight with one specific friend in the friend group, and now that one specific friend has sort of started a smear campaign against you, where it's almost like now all the other friends are against you and have taken their side. It's giving me that energy. Or it could be like you did something that the whole group didn't like, and now they've kind of like kicked you out of the group and ostracized you, when you didn't even like mean anything wrong to them. Like, let's just say, for example, you couldn't come to a party because you were working that night, and now they're like, oh, we're not inviting you to any more parties. It's like a very petty energy that doesn't make sense to me, where it's just like all of a sudden the vibe has changed and become weird. I'm also seeing money clairvoyantly, so these could have been friends that were using you for your money for some of you. Like, I actually feel like I'm part of this pile, because Spirit is taking me back to an experience I had a long time ago. I don't even think about this, but Spirit is taking me back to that, which is why I'm mentioning it, where I found out that a friend I had was only using me because I had a car, because she told her other friend and that friend told me. So it's giving me that type of vibe of like using you for something you have, or because you're always paying for them or something like that. These friends were users. And if it was not your money, then they were using you for something. they're not true and they're not genuine. And these are fake friends that all hate each other, talk shit about each other behind their backs, but are nice in front of each other's faces, like fake two-faced friends. So what are they actually spilling the tea on you about? So this feels more malicious in nature, so don't take it personal. There's something about them saying that you're all alone right now and you don't have any friends, and like they're kind of laughing about it, but they're also laughing about the bad things that have happened to you with the tower here. Like, oh, did you hear this happen to pile number 3? Blah, 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 blah. That kind of energy. There may even be an energy of like, uh, it's like very mean things like, oh, nobody wants to be around them. I'm really sorry for saying that. I don't want to say that, but I heard that in my mind. It's like that type of energy of laughing about you, but speaking maliciously behind your back. But I wouldn't be too worried about this because, like I said, all of them speak negatively about each other behind each other's back, and they're all fake. So I wouldn't worry too much about what these people are saying about you because their opinion literally means nothing to you. They love gossip and they love drama. So they might even just like bring up old arguments or old drama they had with you to gossip about, to relate to with each other. Does that make sense? So let's say Vanessa was telling Sarah, oh yeah, one time pile 3 canceled on me, and now I forgot what names I even used. Vanessa and whoever. Now the other person's like, yeah, Vanessa, she also flaked on me on this day. Like it's that type of energy where it's like they're relating over experiences they've maybe had with you, where maybe some kind of drama happened with you and they're talking about it to their other friends. They may be talking about the fact that you've either lost money or maybe you have like tried to build yourself back up after losing something, and they're laughing about that, which again, I feel bad for saying, but it's coming through. These are just like very, I don't even know what word to use. Like their energy is gross to me and very two-faced and fake. And I don't understand this energy of like laughing about a person's downfall, because my perception of this is if I laugh at somebody while they're down, God also can take away stuff from me. You know what I mean? So I'll just say they must be careful. I'm going to pull some more cards. This energy is actually making me angry. I'm trying my best to not let my emotions get involved here, but it's actually making me very angry at them. So next you have the Death card. These are people you've probably fell out with or no longer have a relationship with. Page of Swords. The Five of Wands at the back of the deck. So drama, pettiness, fights. What's tea is being spilt on pile 3? 3 of Pentacles reversed. For some of you, this could even been like petty co-workers that you, like at your previous job. Like let's say you left your job and now you're at a new job and you knew that those co-workers were always petty and gossipy and two-faced and nice to each other's faces, but sort of like ugly behind the other person's back with their words. And you never like tried to get too close to them because you knew they were like that. And then once you left that job and got a new job, now they're gossiping about that. Like something about that's coming through for someone. Or they're speaking about like you losing your job or something like that, or getting a new job. Or losing money with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, or losing an opportunity. But it feels like maybe you lost an opportunity, but you got a new one, but they didn't see that. They only saw the loss. But then they're laughing about the loss. Does that make sense? With the Five of Wands, there's a lot of angry words being said about you, coming from a place of projection. And the Hierophant is at the back of the deck. So these aren't very like spiritually evolved people. They haven't learned lessons around what true loyalty or friendship means yet. Um, I actually feel sorry for them because this is all they know. They've never had a true loyal friend. Maybe you are their only true loyal friend, but they couldn't see that. So, who is the one really losing here? Is it you or them? It's them because they don't know what true friendship is. And I feel so sorry for them for that. Page of Swords. These people are very curious about you, but can't seem to find information on you. You seem to be very private now, or mysterious right now, or you're keeping things to yourself about your plans and also the next things happening in your life. So they're trying to find information about you together. Maybe they're even stalking you on social media together to try and get more tea on you. They may even be asking other people about you that know you for tea on you. But it's coming through of like they don't want the person to know their true intentions. So it's more like they'll be like, oh, how's pile number 3 doing lately? Like, I miss them. I haven't seen them in a long time. But it's really with malicious intention, and then the other person doesn't know, and they just tell, things about you, but then the other person doesn't know that they're being malicious. Does that make sense? So they're very fake. I also see an energy here about talking about your wrongdoings or your mistakes. I heard the word wrongdoings. But I'm also hearing the blame game. So it's like they're blaming you for something when they also took part in it. I mean, the Five of Wands is about like a conflict where two people or multiple people are fighting. You can't have Five of Wands energy with just one person unless it's like an internal conflict. But that's not applicable to the reading. But what I'm saying is they participated in this drama, but they're only blaming you. Does that make sense? Yeah, I really don't like this energy. Now I'm going to tell you some zodiac signs and maybe a little bit of details about this person before we move on to your oracle cards. So Virgo energy showing up quite prominently. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Mars energy with Scorpio and Aries, especially Scorpio. Also Capricorn. So those are the zodiac signs I'm getting. Show me who these people are, Spirit. These could be, again, very fake people that pretend like everything's perfect in their life, but it's not. They hold this facade and they want to be seen a certain way that they're not. Even when they're having a really bad day, they make it seem like everything's okay and everything's perfect in their life. They truly hide the things that are going wrong in their life because they want to seem perfect. This is the type of energy I'm picking up on. They almost want to seem like nothing bad ever happens to them, like their life is just perfect. These are people with very big egos. For some of you, they could smoke cigarettes. And I'm seeing a knife, so they could be very, again, petty and malicious with their words. Like their words could cut like a knife. But they could also be someone that sort of attacks other people with their words or just attacks people in general. Doesn't just have to be words. These are people that try to make it seem like they've done everything or they've sort of accomplished more than most people. Sort of like a pretentious energy, if I had to explain it like that. Not like, oh, I accomplished so much and I'm proud of myself. It's more so like a bragging type of energy. Like, oh, I've accomplished this and this and this. What have you accomplished? So I don't even want to be in their energy. Let me pull oracle cards. Because it just feels so mean to me and malicious, their energy. Okay, we have hostilities with conflict and unrest. Another card about conflict. Summoning power with instinct, intellect, control reversed. And sensuality reversed with feminine wisdom, passion. There could be some kind of jealousy from these people. To me, this feels like feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be. But to me, this feels feminine and catty. And it feels like there's a jealousy towards you because of your looks with sensuality reverse. Maybe they feel as though they don't attract a lot of male attention or validation. Maybe they don't feel like a lot of people look at them or find them sexy. And a lot of people give you attention and find you sexy and find you attractive. Whether you believe that or not, this is their perception. There is a comparison here. A sort of jealousy towards you of like trying to put you down because they feel below you. Summoning power reverse tells me they're trying to almost take you out of your power to feel more in control. Because like I said, they're being sort of tainted by their own jealousy and they're being controlled by their own jealousy. The hostilities card tells me they speak very mean, negative words against you to almost like attack your character. But they may also say things like, oh, you know, this person's not that pretty, like stuff like that to attack you, to make themselves feel more in control and make themselves feel better about themselves. So that's where I'll leave your reading. I hope this reading resonated with you and gave you clarity on, you know, who this is and what they're saying. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.